thing in common. We've got our love of Celtic, our love of beer, our love of horse racing, and Fraser also loves losing to me at bowling and pool on a regular occasion. So,
Who won the start do?
who won the start game?
I beat you 2-1.
No,
Okay.
hold on. We'll go into that later. This isn't the time or place. At this point, I have to tell you a few funny stories about Fraser. I did have one about him looking for a chair in somebody's coat pocket and receiving a shock, but I was told in no uncertain terms that I could tell that story here today. So if anybody would like to hear that story, if you'd like to buy me a drink at the bar and get me drunk enough, I'll be happy to tell it later on.
The guy wants to come to the table up there.
Cheers, Mike. As this is an Olympic year, I thought I would let you know that Fraser is quite the athlete. And he does excel at some of his own sports, one of which is brick catching. After a pretty ordinary night out, we all decided we would go for some food. Unfortunately, on the way there, we bumped into one of the idiots that you meet on so-called nights out. So, after a few choice words, this guy decided to throw a half brick in our group's direction. Well, I thought everybody in our group was sane enough to move out the road. How wrong I was. Somebody thought, I can catch this. And as Fraser lay there with his dislocated thumb, I think he was thinking, I've got it wrong. So then and there, the game of brick catching was born. Can I just say that Fraser still holds the record to this day of one brick nearly caught, as nobody has been brave enough to try and break the record, obviously. Another event, which I have to admit I have also taken part in, is the 1 metre taxi dash. On another boozy night out, there's definitely a theme here, I think you know I'll agree.
And alcoholics.
This time in Dunfermline, it was time to get the taxi home. Nothing can go wrong there, I hear you say. Well, let me tell you how wrong you are. Halfway along the road, Fraser starts to feel a bit queasy. And the inevitable happens. He's sick in the front of the taxi. I know, not pleasant at all.
I did ask her to stop the taxi. She refused.
The taxi driver did take it quite well, but then said to Fraser it would cost an extra 50 quid to get the taxi valeted. Fraser, in his drunken wisdom, decided he wasn't going to pay this. So, after about half an hour of him making fingers behind the chair, because I was sitting behind him, I finally deciphered his code. He wanted to do a run-up. So we got her to pull over, and just as the door opened, Fraser went, "Now, unfortunately, the pair of us hadn't decided which direction we were going to run." So one of us ran that way, and one of us ran that way, and bang. We both landed our bums on the pavement. Hold on, let me get my clothes. How stupid could you get? Exactly. However, that was not the end of it. The taxi driver was pretty furious. And came over, started demanding our money, which Fraser was adamant he was not paying. That was until a police car drove by, at which point the taxi driver started to wave it down. Well, I have never seen this man move for his wallet so far. I was out in a flash. The taxi driver went home happy, and me and him were left there to ponder where our master plan had went so wrong. Thankfully, Donna has managed to curb Fraser's drunken behaviour and turn him into a semi-respectable member of society. No, that's the funniest thing I've said on
Cheers, everybody.
He now spends his spare time watching chick flicks and looking after the kids. So, I thought I would just give you a couple of lines to tell you about the stag weekend in Newcastle, which happened about 4 weeks ago. To be honest, there is not much I can remember, for obvious reasons. But I can remember that Fraser fulfilled 2 of his lifelong ambitions. First, to become a professional jockey and have his own horse. He finished second in a 3-horse race, by the way. I know, a bit disappointing, because me and the other guys had bet on him to finish last. Also, he got the chance to dress up as a female horse.
Just, right,
And
sit
go out
down.
in Newcastle.
I can't do it just now. I'll do it in a minute.
Well, hold on. The scary thing is, he seemed really comfortable in it, especially with the electric blue tights. So Donna, if you wonder why your tights are going missing, now you know. It's customary for me to offer the happy couple some words of wisdom. I'm given, so you need to forgive me. So here goes nothing. A lot of us don't do this enough. Always remember to tell your wife these 3 important little words. I love you. You're right here.
What's that?
It will make life a hell of a lot easier. Finally, the most important bit of advice I could give you for a long and successful marriage. You won't go wrong if you make sure all your ups and downs are between
Come on!
Joking aside, Fraser has been a great friend to me. He has a heart of gold and would do anything for anybody. We've had some excellent times together, and I'm sure we'll have many more in the future. So, okay, then. There'll be no more excellent times together. You're under. I've known Fraser for many years now. I know him better than most, and I can honestly say that I've never seen him happier than with him. I'm so pleased that he has found such a wonderful person who he can spend the rest of his life with. You'll be happy to know that we are you'll be happy to know we are coming to the end of my speech. I can tell you that everybody is having a wonderful time here today, and this is mainly down to the weeks and months of planning by Fraser and Donna who have organised this. And when rather poignant quote for all you romantics. Marriage is not about finding who you can live with, it's about finding the person you can't live without. So it now gives me immense pleasure to invite you all to stand once more and raise your glasses in a toast. To love, laughter and happy ever after to Mr. and Mrs. Walker.
Miss Walker.
Thank you. I'll just read out a tiny amount of cards. Okay, though? There's a few people that couldn't be here today. So, first off, to Donna and Fraser, congratulations on your day. Love, Anne and Sharon. Lots of kisses. To Fraser and Donna, wishing you a wonderful wedding and the greatest happiness for your time ahead. Love, Jason and Mandy. To Donna and Fraser, congratulations. Hope you have a great day. Love, Jackie, Stevie and Amy. Lots of kisses. There's a big sign sheet for Rathi in here, so I'll just pick one that I thought was rather good. Hope you've read up on the 50 Shades of Grey. All the best, Jean, and for the rest of the people always there. And finally, this one is from Dean and Les.
You know that?
We are very proud and happy for the both of you today as you start your new life as husband and wife. Donna, you look stunning and carry with you months long. Happiness with Fraser by your side. Fraser, you're already part of our family, and it gives us so much happiness knowing you're all together. We might not be there in person, but we'll be having a party for you over here. Enjoy your moment of your wedding day, and we wish you both a long and happy life together. To Donna, Fraser, Kyle and Mads, lots of love to you all. Have a brilliant day. Love, Dean and Les. Another wee bit ahead here. She offered her honour, you honoured her offer, and all night long it was on her and offer. Lots of love to you all from Mags, Bertie, Davina, Johnny, and so, just another thank you for being here, guys, and I'll pass you back over to Fraser.
This is just, we've got some presents just to hand out for certain people today, so. Just get that done, please.
Cheers, Fraser.
Kyle, could you take that song, please?
Yeah.
This one's for my dad. This one's for Donnie Craig.
Granddad.
Granddad.
Cheers, Kyle, son. Cheers, Mud.
This one's for Dave. Can Dave please stand up?
Please stand up. You're on my way, man. I know that one, do it.
This one's for Freya. Stand up.
Please stand up.
Fraser, it's empty.
Empty.
This one's for Kyle.
You want to give Kyle this?
That one's for Gary. And this one's for Madison.
Because we're not thingy people. Shoot 'em back.
Another one's for my gran.